Welcome back to Trigger Time TV. I'm your host, Mike Lamb. In this next segment, Jim Gilliland of Shadow 6 is going to talk to us about some critical skills that are needed for proficiency, both speed and accuracy.
Hey folks, I'm Jim Gilliland here at Shadow 6, and we're starting off with my lovely wife, Melissa. We're going to talk positions today, and we'll give you about 4 different kinds that you can go through that are most common in hunting, in sport shooting, and in combat environments. So we're going to start off with this position because it's probably one of the most common that everybody uses. All we're going to do is get on a bench, because most sporting clubs or most shooting enthusiasts have somewhere they can go to shoot off a bench. They're normally hard, they're hardwood or they're concrete or something like that, so they'll last. So that gives us some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of this is it's a solid contact surface, so that we're going to be very steady. The bad part of that, or the cons of it, is that if you're using bipods that have hard feet like these do, you can get some bounce and it's cause some harmonic problems. Now you can mitigate that a little bit by using rubber feet like that's on this Versapod, or better yet, you can flip these up, slide some sandbags under them, get them the height that you want, or use a pack, and that'll make you very stable in the front, and it'll give you the padding you need between hard surfaces. Next thing we're going to do is she's going to get in, and just like in the prone position, she's squared off to it, she's leaning into the gun, she's loading the front of it, she's got her sandstock behind for minor deviations, and she's pretty much set right here. So let's go ahead and take a shot. All right, good hit. Go ahead and lock and clear. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about, folks, is our combat shooting scenario. So you got Cade here from AEC, and he's going to go through the standing, the kneeling, and the prone for us. So go ahead and take a standing position. All right, so what we've got here is we've got a solid forward hand. He's not so far out that he's really having to reach for it. He's keeping those perpendicular shoulders, but he's getting out far enough to control the front of the rifle. He's got a good solid pull back, putting that thing in his shoulder to control recoil. He's using a sling to keep himself good and tight. He's got a handshake grip back here on the pistol grip, and he's straight up on the target and got his weight out front to help him too. So go ahead and take a couple rounds. Absolutely. Keep him slow because the standing is a little harder to shoot from to be as accurate. So go ahead and come down to the kneeling. All right, so for the kneeling position, again, everything's built up the same way, and all he's done is come down and got on his haunches where he's sitting on his back foot for all the stability he can get. He's got his front elbow up on his knee, making sure there's no bone-to-bone contact. Sling, hand, pistol grip, he's good to go for the kneeling. All right, go ahead and move to the prone. If you'll notice, he puts his front hand out to build his position. He throws his feet out behind him, and he gets his stuff together. Again, if you'll notice, sling, hand, pull to the rear. The only difference this time is we're on the ground, and he's got his magazine on the ground. That's to give you another point of contact so your rifle's not moving in the wind, and it's very solid and secure. Let's go ahead and give me a couple. Cool. All right, go ahead and lock and clear. Next thing I want to talk about with Kerry Davis here from Dark Angel is we're going to do a low barricade. Now, a low barricade can be anything from a window, it could be around a barrel or something like that, but it's just something where you're going to get into a good kneeling position, same fundamentals that we saw before, but now we've got a barricade in front of us. Place his rifle on the barricade, but you notice not hard surface, he's got something down. It could be a pack, it could be anything. We're using a beanbag right now. He's got his forward hand up so he can control the recoil, and he's going to push into this wall to give all the stability that he can. Go ahead and give me a couple rounds. Man, that thing is quiet. All right, and so from here, you can, if you have to, you can move up or somewhere else, but we've built this position. So go ahead and lock and clear. Knocks. Now, once you get out of that position, you go somewhere else, you may have to shoot over a car, you may have to shoot you know, over a wall or something like that. So we're going to build the high wall position. Essentially, it's a standing position, but you're going to put 1 foot more out in front of you, and you're going to push yourself into the wall. Again, all the fundamentals are still built in the same way. He's controlling the front with his hand. He's got something between 2 hard surfaces, and he's ready to go ahead and shoot. Go ahead. Awesome. Lock it clear. All right, all these positions we showed you so far can be used in sport shooting, in combat shooting, or as an enthusiast. But you need to practice moving from one to the other all the ways so that you can go from the standing, kneeling, and prone to gain that extra stability and cover and make yourself a smaller target, and move from that onto the low and the high wall, because you never know what you're going to be shooting off of in any given situation, whether it be competition or real world. Use these, dry fire them, and get on the range and shoot them, because you don't know how they're going to be until you actually shoot on them. You guys keep that in mind the next time you're out. This is Jim Gilliland for Shadow 6. Hunt smart.